Welcome back. An estimated 12% of eligible Canadians don't file their taxes every year. It's not tax evasion. It's generally lower income Canadians who are in fact missing out on benefits that they might get. So the feds are beefing up efforts to help. That includes a new pilot program that will automatically file for low-income Canadians. It's something poverty advocates have been asking for. Elizabeth Mulolland is CEO of Prosper Canada. Thanks for being with us.
Hi, Amanda. Thanks for having me.
So let's just start with the nature of this problem. There's a number of people who don't file taxes and they're missing out on things they could get. How easy would it be to reach them? In other words, if the government does file for them, will they just happily suddenly be documented and in the system? Or are there a number of them that don't want to be in the system for one reason or another?
Oh, good question. I think a fair share of them. I mean, a good proxy is the Community Volunteer Income Tax Program that serves about 750,000 low-income people every year to help them file their taxes for free. So those people, I think, probably you could reach and would be very happy to have CRA provide this service. I think there are other people who are homeless, who may have mental health problems, who may be much more isolated. I think you're still going to have issues finding those people and connecting them in. But the good news is that if CRA did the automatic filing, then that would free up the resources in the community organizations to then focus on those people who really are hard to reach.
Are there people who might be eligible, should be part of this? And you can, obviously, this kind of automatic system could apply to lots of people. It could apply, arguably, to you and me. Anybody with uncomplicated taxes, we could see the government automating our filing returns. Other countries do it. It makes it a lot simpler. Are there reasons people would still hesitate about that? In other words, that there's a kind of a mistrust about handing over the actual calculations to the government?
Yeah, I think if you're talking about people with low income specifically, we're seeing now a lot of people who have CERB debt or benefit offsets that have kicked back in again. So debt is being clawed back by CRA. So people who have debt problems are often worried about being on the radar because they're worried that if money goes into their account, it may be garnished. There may be a lien on their account. They worry. So I think it'll be important, again, for the community organizations that are helping people to focus on helping people, regularize their situation and resolve any debt issues or things that are causing them concern about being on the radar. But that's not a reason not to do this. But I think these are considerations that will have to be worked out as we move forward.
As you alluded, though, organizations like yours do devote a lot of energy, time, volunteer hours to helping people with this. How much would it free up you and people like you to help in other ways?
So we don't tax file people directly. We're a national level organization, but we have been piloting large scale financial help services for people low incomes, but delivered by community partners. And I would say for some of them, this would, during tax season, this is a big initiative to run tax clinics, and some of our partners run some of the larger ones in the country. And some of them file as many as 10,000 people in a tax season. But there are many smaller tax clinics as well. So, but I think this is a service that's needed year round, actually, for people, because if you're not tax filing your low income, you don't want to be told you have to wait until next tax season to get filed in order to trigger your income that could flow if you were tax filed. So, but if CRA could do it automatically during tax season, and then the tax clinics could focus on doing, helping people the rest of the year, or the people who are harder to reach, or people who aren't going to be the ones that could be assisted through this particular solution. But the reality is for most community tax clinics, CRA now provides very modest grants, but not to all of them. But really, organizations have to fundraise to raise the money to run these tax clinics, and they have to staff them with volunteers. They have to recruit volunteers. They train them. They manage them. They need to promote. They need to do intake with clients, et cetera. So it's a big effort. It's a big logistical effort to run these clinics.
So good to have you for this. Appreciate your time today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Mulolland is the CEO of Prosper Canada. Time for the takeaway and serving up innovation, one poke bowl at a time. Tim Hortons had a problem post-pandemic. The shutdown was bad enough for a company whose business model depended on people moving around, driving through, as it were. But as we emerged from pandemic, work from home became a major issue. The company knew that it was part of many customers' daily commute. That coffee and breakfast sandwich grabbed on the way to the office, the snack picked up on the way home. It's not an exaggeration to say that Tim Hortons' very business model was under threat. To its credit, the company responded with real ingenuity, the kind that meets its customers where they are, giving them what they need and some of what they didn't know they wanted. Delivery became part of its model, along with online sales and pickup. Tim Hortons now has the second most trafficked e-commerce site in the country after Amazon, and its app is among the most downloaded in Canada. But it also shifted focus from breakfast to the rest of the day, with better and more creative offerings at lunch and dinner. The company found that not only brought in new clientele, especially younger ones who liked the imagination of the menu, but that the average spend rose. The proof that the pivot is working is evident in recent results, with sales up 15% year over year, and Tim Hortons contributing almost half of parent company Restaurant Brands' profit. It's true that some of the gains were thanks to the ability to pass on higher costs to franchisee, and profit for individual franchise owners is down year over year as a result. For a company that relies on hardworking franchise owners, keeping them profitable enough will be key. But having offerings that bring traffic in the door is table stakes, and the ability to change and grow, critical to Tim's long-term success. My takeaway? Necessity is the mother of invention, and in this case, a massive challenge, a chance for genuine innovation. That's Taking Stock for this week. I'm Amanda Lang. Thanks for being with us.